Hi everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am DL and this is another edition of my life. Venom. And today we are getting into the Sonyverse, the non Spider-Man Spider-Verse,
The shit verse.
the trash verse, we are desperate to make our own superhero properties because we can't do Spider-Man films without Disney Marvel, that universe, or how they professionally call it, the Sony Picture Universe of Marvel characters. So if you guys know, well, probably 10 of you know, Madam Web is coming out on Valentine's Day.
I ain't watching that garbage. Fuck that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But it's very slow right now as far as content. So I thought, hey, why don't I go back and talk about the previous Sony live-action Sony movies before Madam Web comes out? Because I never really had a chance to deep dive into these movies, if that's the word I even want to use right now. But yeah, so we're going to talk about the two Venom movies, and we'll talk about Morbius, and then at least I will actually, sacrifice myself to go see Madam Web on Valentine's Day.
Oh no.
And I mean, either way, I was going to see it anyway because my girlfriend wants to go see it. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, all right, we'll go see it. It'll be content for me, I guess.
You know what? I'll do you even better. Okay, I'll see it on its preview day.
Oh! You going that crazy? All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's living on the edge, man.
Oh, I'll see it. Wait, is it coming on? It's coming on February 14th, my birthday, mind you.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, happy birthday!
Wow, holy
Greatest birthday present of all time. But there's that Bob Marley movie that comes out on the same day, so that seems pretty good. So I want to see that as well. But
yeah, that looks like a way better film than what Madam Web's gonna be.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see it. I might see it on its preview day. That's how of a Madam Web fan I am. Not really. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll be shocked if there's anybody wearing Madam Web costumes and T-shirts. We'll get into that later.
Man, even the diehard Spider-Man fans, I barely see any Madam Web costumes. Like none. Maybe there's like one or two out there that cosplay at a Comic-Con, but like you'd be far pressed to see anybody in Madam Web costumes. And I don't think this movie's gonna make more people to be in a Madam Web costume.
No.
It'll be hilarious if I were, because I got I'll be bringing my Miles Morales mask, my Miles Morales beanie, my Venom T-shirt, my Miles Morales socks to go see Madam Web.
There you go.
How sad that sounds. I don't know.
I don't know.
The Lonesome Hearts on Valentine's Day.
Excuse you are not making Madam Web T-shirts. What are you talking? It's already bad enough you're dragging me to take this. You're dragging me to see this. It's already bad enough. But it is what it is. Oh, speaking of birthdays, I put it out there. My birthday is on Tuesday, so if you guys want to say happy birthday, it's fine. If not,
Oh,
Happy
nice.
early birthday, DL.
Happy early birthday, man.
yeah, thank you. But enough of those shenanigans. Why don't we say let's get into the first installment of the Sonyverse non-Spider-Man Spider-Verse, the Sony Picture Universe of Marvel characters. We're going to talk about the original Venom that came out in 2008, starring Tom Hardy.
2018, you mean?
Yes, you're right. Even
So
though
you said 2008. I'm like, oh
yeah,
wait.
yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. And we also have Isaac in the chat. Glad you could be here. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. But yeah, I made that mistake. 2018. That's what I meant to say. Even though this feels like a movie that came out in 2008, but that's a whole other topic. But let's not waste any more time. Even though I like to waste more time, let's talk about Venom. And as always, we have to remind the viewers out there, this is a spoiler-filled discussion. This movie's been out for 5 years. And so if you haven't seen Venom, you're one of the lucky people out there. But if you don't want to know anything about this movie, go watch it. It's still on Disney Plus. You can watch it there, or whatever.
I'd be
Stream it.
surprised. I'm surprised everybody had never heard of anything about this movie for 5 years.
For 5 years. Who would have thought? You know?
Yeah.
Spoilers! Oh my god! Spoilers! Oh my god! Even though this
Yeah.
movie came out 5 years ago.
But let's be real. Let's be real though. Is there really that much to spoil in this movie? Because I didn't really find anything that was like, oh my god, this. Well, there may be one thing, which we'll get to, which I thought was kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Okay, so you guys know I love me some Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes out there, and I think that's the same for a lot of people. Now, off the gate, we're gonna put this hot take up here because
All right.
I think Venom's overrated.
Really?
Yeah, Venom as a character, I do think he's overrated. Do I think he's a bad character? No. I think he's a good villain. He is a good villain. But everyone is just so obsessed with Venom. I've seen that all throughout my life, that everyone just won't stop talking about Venom when I'm a Green Goblin guy, I'm a Doc Ock guy, I'm a Craven guy. Like, there's so many other villains that I think are more interesting than Venom. Everyone treats Venom like he's the Joker of Spider-Man, and I personally don't agree with that.
It's Green Goblin.
It's Green Goblin. It is Green Goblin.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the Venom character, I don't have this obsessive love for him like a lot of people do. Of course, he was fun in the 90s Spider-Man movie, and I actually really liked how he was depicted in the Spectacular Spider-Man. That's probably my favorite interpretation of him, is in that show. I know people hate the Ultimates version of Venom, which is, that's what the Spectacular Spider-Man kind of based it off of, but I even like that Ultimate version of Spider-Man. I honestly think, here's another hot take for people. I like that version more than the original. I did not care. I don't care for the original Eddie Brock from the comics. I know he's supposed to be the antithesis of Peter Parker. He's like he's like the big, muscular, confident person, and Peter Parker is like the more slender, nerdy person. I see what they were trying to do, but Eddie Brock is like a one-dimensional character to me. Like Venom was actually making him interesting. But as I said, I think the best version of him was in Spectacular Spider-Man. They actually made him an interesting character there.
Well, can I add in something real quick? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
One of the things I will say is that when it comes to Venom, the Sony Venom is not my favorite, but my all-time favorite version of Venom, if you've played Insomniac's Spider-Man 2, you know how good the voice is and how good that version of Venom is. Because that version of Venom in Insomniac's Spider-Man, oh my God. That is a fucking amazing version of Venom. Beats Sonyverse Venom and beats all of the other versions of Venom that were utter trash that people do not like. That version of Venom got so much love and praise, and it paid so much homage to a lot of the previous Spider-Man games. It paid homage to Web of Shadows, paid homage to just how the character of Venom really is, and kind of paid homage to Spider-Man 3, even though Spider-Man 3 is the least favorite of the Maguire trilogy. However, one of the highlights, one of the inspirations that they took was Venom and Peter in the black suit, which they did a good job with that, and that is why Insomniac's version of Venom, even though we're probably not going to ever see Venom ever again, most likely, which kind of sad, but makes sense. But that was still really freaking good.
I concur. I haven't played the game yet.
Oh, you haven't? You haven't? My bad.
No, no, but it's fine because like it's hard for you not to know like Venom's presence in the game. So
right.
I've seen some of the cutscenes of him, and like already I'm seeing this is so much better than what we're getting in the movies right now. And you brought up Spider-Man 3, which was what I was about to get to. Spider-Man 3, like overall as a film, we all know it's the weakest of the three for the majority of people. And yes, that Venom was not very good. I agree. I think Topher Grace was horribly miscast. I didn't mind the design of Venom in that movie. The only thing I really didn't like was the fingernails. The fingernails, I did not like at all. And also,
I didn't like everything about Venom's design. So you went on opposite ends with that.
He got some manicures, am I right?
Yeah, like
No.
I did not like the fingernails, but overall his design I actually kind of liked. I actually kind of liked how it looked. Now, it was annoying that they keep peeling back Venom's face to show Topher Grace. That was annoying as fuck. But overall, yeah, it was clear that they forced him in that movie because Sony wanted him in the movie. Sam Raimi didn't even want Venom. He didn't want to touch Venom. But we got what we got there. So ever since then, people were clamoring to have a great Venom on the big screen. That's what everybody's been wanting. And that's when we had the whole, partnership, quote unquote, between Sony and Disney because, at the time, Disney Marvel was trying to, acquire Spider-Man to use in the MCU. But of course, Sony's like, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. This is our property. Now, you want to use him in your movies? You gotta split the shares, and we have some demands that we want you to abide by if you're going to use this character this way. So pretty much, we already know Sony and Marvel had a partnership making the Spider-Man film. So Sony will actually make the standalone Spider-Man movies, and then Disney, Marvel is able to use Spider-Man in whatever installment of the MCU. And that's when we had the Tom Holland trilogy, which I enjoyed quite a bit. No Way Home is one of my favorite Spider-Man films. As for a lot of people, I thought that was absolutely great.
The best so far of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films, I will say.
Yes, absolutely. But while we were dealing with all of that, Sony decides to use some of the C-level, D-level characters from Spider-Man's world to make their own movies.
Yep.
And that's where we have this Venom. So for some reason, instead of just waiting to use Venom in a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, they were like, you know what? We could just make a Venom movie on our own. We don't need to put Tom Holland Spider-Man in here, and we can have 100% creative control on whatever we want to do with Venom. We don't have to do have to run stuff by Marvel Studios. We want to do our own thing, and we can have our own money here, so we don't have to split the earnings with Marvel Studios. And that's how we had this. Now, if you guys have been following my channel since the beginning, back in the D-WIZZLE era.
You wizard.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what my channel used to be called D-WIZZLE.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So a long time ago, I did review this movie.
Oh,
and
you did.
I did. And one of the reasons why I wanted to, do an updated review because my opinion has drastically changed with this film. Drastically. If you guys have seen my first review for Venom, I was a lot nicer on that movie. I was a lot nicer. I was drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. I was phantom menacing a little bit.
You drank the Sony Kool-Aid and said, "Yes, like what we are putting out. Like it.
Yes. Now, with subsequent viewing, and then with the other Sony-verse movies we started to get, it started to lessen my opinion with this film. Now, from the get-go, I thought it was a bad idea for them to do a Venom movie because the only reason Venom is created is Spider-Man. You cannot have a Venom origin story without Spider-Man. Like, it pretty much, this is like, for me, this is character suicide right then and there. You're literally forcing something that doesn't need to happen. Like, and this goes along with the other characters that they were trying to do spin-off movies with. Like, how are you going to make Spider-Man characters? How are you going to have spin-offs with Spider-Man's characters and not have Spider-Man in them? I thought this was 100% forced. And when we heard that Tom Hardy was going to be Eddie Brock, I was like, I mean, it's not like perfect casting, but I guess it's slightly better than Topher Grace.
Not as perfect as the DCU castings.
Yeah, I mean, like I like Tom Hardy. I think he's a really good actor.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah. Now he's another person I think is a bit overrated because there's certain roles that I did not really like him that much in. Like, of course, his infamous role as Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. I did not like that at all. At all. Man,
You have to come in and reason the bomb.
I just no. But yeah, I mean, I was open to seeing what he would do as Eddie Brock. You know, maybe he'll do a decent job. Hopefully, it will be better than his other attempts at doing comic book characters. But yeah, I mean, as far as the trailers, they look okay. There was none of them that really blew me away. I mean, Venom looks more like Venom, I guess. Yeah, that's what everyone wants. Yeah, he looks like Venom. He's big, he's scary, he's oily. There we go. And there's another symbiote in here. So it's going to be symbiote versus symbiote. Okay. Michelle Williams is in here. I don't know why, but okay. So I rewatched this a couple of days ago.
Same here.
And it just got worse for me. Look, I know there's people out there that enjoy this movie. I know. I've heard them all. They really like this film. They think this is such an improvement from Spider-Man 3. They feel like this is the Venom that they've been waiting to see. As far as he looks like Venom, he acts like Venom, the action is cool. Tom Hardy, yeah, this is great, man. Venom, right? But for me, I'm sorry. This movie is bad. It's bad, guys. We cannot avoid this. This is a bad movie. It's
For me,
bad.
I thought it was all right. It wasn't bad, but it was all right. Not good or perfect by any means, but it was just all right.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was an. Okay, let me get my bias aside. It's not a horrible film. It's not terrible. There's some good things in here, but I just found this movie to be incredibly dull. It was so boring. Like, nothing really felt inspired in this movie. Like, nothing. Like, this whole film just felt so forced. Like, I didn't think the characters were interesting. I like the whole development of Venom himself and the symbiotes. They can't even say symbiotes right. They say symbiotes. Like, what the heck is going on? Symbiotes. What? You can't say symbiotes? Does Marvel Studios own the rights for you saying symbiote? You have to say symbiote. Like,
Someone say. I think someone says symbiote, symbiosis. I'm like, okay, isn't that hard to pronounce a one word correctly?
yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
No, Tom Hardy. I don't like him as Eddie Brock. I don't.
Really?
No, I thought I was like, once again, I was phantom menacing. I was trying to get myself to like it, and like the only thing I was doing is comparing it to Topher Grace. Like that seems to be the metric of how people, enjoy this film. It's like, oh, it's better than Topher Grace. Okay, that's like saying that car accident didn't end with the car blowing up. Like, like, okay, there's still a car accident. It's just what he looks more physically, fit than Topher Grace. He's not as much of a dork. Okay, but I'm sorry, this Eddie Brock is a freaking bum. He is a bum. He's a loser. Like, how am I? He's not even a likable character. Like, how am I supposed to get behind this character? I'm not supposed to because he's a villain. I just don't like that they are forcing these villains to be anti-heroes. It doesn't feel right. Eddie Brock, from the core of his character, he is not a likable person. He is not supposed to be a compelling person. And they're just forcing us to like him. When the whole time, most of the stuff that, the situations that he gets into outside of the stuff with Venom, he does it to himself in the most dim-witted way possible. So it's like, already I don't care about this character. The villain sucks. Riz Ahmed, what the actual hell? Why is he even in this movie? Anybody could play this character. Like, you're really wasting Riz Ahmed's talents. He's a really good actor, and this movie does no favors towards him. The whole romance between Eddie and Michelle Williams' character didn't give two shits about that. There was no chemistry between those two at all. At all. I didn't give a crap. Michelle Williams, once again, I don't know why she's in this movie. She's a really good actress too, but it feels like anybody could have played this character. Didn't care about her at all. Riot is just another symbiote. Now you're getting me to say symbiote. Screw this movie, man. Screw this movie. Like, Riot is just another symbiote for Venom to fight. There's nothing.
And he doesn't even get that much screen time too, and it just comes in and fully reveals himself like near the end of the second act, heading into the third act. Like, it was so long before, like, until we finally see him in his full form.
Yeah, just like what? Why? Just why? Now, okay. I know. Okay, now as far as Venom is cool enough, I guess. Does he look more like Venom? Sure. He's big, he's muscular, he's scary, he's oily. Okay, yes, he looks more comic book accurate. And
he does. I didn't mind the design for Venom. It was just my only issue with Venom is how little we see of him in the movie. Like, we see him as like the symbiote kind of rolling around a bit. That's it. But when we see him as Venom in his full form, same thing I said with Riot. We don't see it that much. That's another issue I have with it.
Exactly. I literally clocked it. We don't get Venom in full form until an hour into the movie.
And in the remaining runtime of the movie, I checked literally as like Venom fully like took form. The only scene we get to see of Venom when he takes first full form and we get to see how he looks is like 50 to 40 minutes of left of the movie. I checked. I was like, bro, they did this so fucking late. That's the same issue I had the year before with Alien Covenant.
Yep, it's literally 2003 Hulk again. like up until that point, what are we getting? We're getting Tom Hardy like losing his job because he's being stupid, and then once he gets the symbiote on him, he's just freaking out, eating frozen tater tots, jumping into fish tanks, and eating garbage, like sweating all over the place. Like, what am I watching? What am I watching? Like, I'm sorry, if you have to give me more than just give me a comic book accurate Venom. And it's not even that comic book accurate, to be honest. Okay, does he look like Venom? Sure. But, like, where's the big spider logo? And it's not there. You know why? Because Spider-Man is not in it.
I
But-
just
but-
realized
but-
that. Yeah.
But he has Spider-Man's eyes. How
That
does
is
that
true.
make sense? That's the reason why he has the big white eyes, because he extrapolated the DNA from Spider-Man when he had the black suit, and when he ripped the symbiote off of him, he still had the DNA of Spider-Man. So when he went to Eddie Brock, that's why he looks like he has the Spider-Man eyes, and that's why he has the big Spider-Man logo in the comics. So wait, you're gonna half-ass doing his origin? You're gonna give him the Spider-Man eyes, but you're not gonna give him the Spider logo. Why does he have the Spider-Man eyes?
Yeah.
I know
Also,
I know this is
sorry.
nitpicks. I'm just gonna say I know that's nitpicking for people that don't read the comics. They probably don't care about that stuff. But it's just like, for me, it's just like I can't just it's just so, it doesn't make sense. Go ahead.
Okay. One of the things I was gonna say is to your point with what you were saying about a lot of these villains that we've been seeing in the Sonyverse being anti-heroes. I have a prediction right now. So, okay, you remember back in Morbius, in the post-credit scene of Morbius, we get Vulture from the MCU coming in and just out of nowhere meeting Morbius, and then reasoning with him on, hey, we should team up together to take down Spider-Man, and Morbius doesn't know who the fuck he is. What if, from there on out, Sony is planning, and I'm bringing that up because I don't know if you heard about this, but Sony is reportedly rumored on doing on their own an R-rated Spider-Man movie. Like flat out just Peter Parker R-rated Spider-Man film. What if all of these Sonyverse films are leading into that movie, and in it, Venom not only meets Spider-Man, but they don't even start off as enemies. They just immediately team up together, and they're like, there's this Spider-Man, and there's this Vulture going around with this Morbius guy causing chaos. We should team up with them. Oh, the good idea, Venom. And they team up with them, and the whole film is just them teaming up. Then Kraven comes in and teams up with them. So they're never really villains of Spider-Man. They just team up with him, and all these other Sonyverse villains that we get, if we ever get any more, they just team up with Spider-Man to take down frickin' Vulture and Morbius. And the title of the Spider-Man film is Spider-Man Villain Team Up or some shit like that. And they're not even, Venom and Kraven aren't real villains. They're just teaming up with Spider-Man. And in the end, they just take down Morbius and Vulture and whoever other villains they try to recruit, or if it's just the two of them. And that's how the movie goes, and that's how it ends. It ends with all of them being allies, and Venom and Kraven and whatever Sonyverse characters we meet just aren't even enemies of Spider-Man. They're just flat out allies of him throughout the entire time of the film.
I
That's
don't know
the film, folks.
Sounds like he's trying to piss DL off.
I don't know what's stupider, them trying to do a Sinister Six movie without Spider-Man, or that bullshit that you just described. Like, that is.
They could be doing that. I could see them doing that, though. I could see them doing that because Venom's an anti-hero and Kraven is kind of an anti-hero too, like from what we've been kind of seeing from the trailers. So I mean,
What the.
and it is dumb, but I could see them doing that though because of how dumb Sony's been.
I'm just like,
What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
that's one of my biggest issues with the Sonyverse. I'm probably going to talk about this more when we get to Let There Be Carnage and Morbius. But like,
Oh God.
there is no. I know people want to complain about the DCEU not having direction. This is even worse than the DCEU. I do not
I have to agree.
Yeah, it's like, I do not understand the end goal of this Sonyverse. Like, what are they trying to accomplish with all these spin-off films? If they're not going to have Spider-Man involved, like, and you're going to, they were trying to, there's the possibility that these characters may cross over. What are they going to do? At first, they were implying that they were going to make some sort of Sinister Six movie, which doesn't make sense if there's no Spider-Man.
Right.
Or they possibly want to have Tom Hardy's Venom cross over with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which I don't want that at all.
Well,
At
I mean,
all.
if it's just the symbiote, if it's just like, okay, here's the thing. If it's just the symbiote that's just in the MCU and Tom Holland Spider-Man gets it heading into Secret Wars, because I did see that kind of pitched, because if you remember from Spider-Man No Way Home in that post-credit scene, Eddie Brock went back to his universe and a piece of the symbiote was left behind. So we could get the symbiote coming into the MCU and it eventually finding Tom Holland's Spider-Man and it leeching onto him, and then we kind of get what we got with well, not trying to compare here because I don't know how this would be, but with kind of like with the same situation that that we saw with Maguire's Spider-Man when he got the symbiote, and then recently in the Insomniac Spider-Man 2, what Yuri's Spider-Man that he voices and plays as and acts whatever in Spider-Man 2, how he was kind of acting when he got the symbiote eventually later on as it was starting to take over. Like, we could get that with the MCU, with Spider-Man, with Tom Holland, and I'm not against that idea. What I'm just kind of concerned about, though, is, like, when it comes to that idea, it's, like, how, like, if the person still playing Venom, if he's still going to be there, like, would that still cause a little bit of confusion? Like, oh, wait a minute, hold on a minute, I remember that voice from Venom, and Venom Let There Be Carnage. I thought he was just in the Sony universe. Like, that's probably going to cause some confusion with people and be like, wait a minute, that's the same voice. What?
What?
Yeah.
Man, I wish Deadpool would come in and kill this Sonyverse too while they're at it.
I mean, hey, you never know. He could.
But yeah, I guess we should get back to the movie itself. Blue Jay, you didn't tell us your overall. What is your thoughts on Venom 1?
Well, I just want to stay behind and listen to, just let it all out, kind of let your thoughts go. I don't want to cut you off or anything like that. So, what are my overall thoughts on Venom? It's a fun movie. I like it. It's fun. There's nothing deep about it. There's nothing bad about it. It's just fun. That's like, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Venom. Venom is when Spider-Man 3 came out, because Spider-Man 3 was the first Spider-Man movie I saw in the theater. I've always watched the first two movies I have them on DVD. 3 is the first one I saw in theaters. I was 7 when the movie was out. And if you hear, also, do you hear beeping in the background? I'm sorry.
I don't hear that now.
No.
I don't know. Someone, Degrassi always calls me the dot matrix printer. I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah,
Oh wait, yeah. Actually, I do hear that a little bit, but it's not distracting.
I don't hear it at all.
Okay. I just want to point that out. So yeah. When Spider-Man 3 was out, I was into Venom. That movie was my introduction to Venom, believe it or not. So I liked the way he looked in the movie. In the movie, well, this was like before I've seen all the other stuff and all that. So Venom, he just kind of looked cool. I think that's the reason why people were kind of like saying that people like Venom, people who they think Venom is like the greatest character of all time or whatever, because he just looks cool. He's Spider-Man as a monster. That's just the design. It's like Boba Fett. He just looks cool. They don't really. Right. I don't think anybody touches upon the actual character itself. But when it comes to when it comes to like making a Venom movie, at first I think when I heard about it, it was like 2014. I think somewhere in my 8th grade that I heard, I would be looking through movie news on websites and stuff like that. That I heard they were gonna make a Venom movie. I was like, even when I was 14 at the time, I was like, how? And then years later, they're trying to make like some kind of alien horror movie, which I can kind of see it working, but that's still. I was like you guys. I was like, a Venom movie without Spider-Man? That sounds a little strange, and I don't know how that's gonna work. But I've seen the trailers that have come out, and the design of them. I was loving the design. I was actually looking forward to the movie. And then once I've seen it, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Is it great? No, I mean it's to me, like you're talking to somebody that likes Marvel, but not a comic person. If that's right, like I'm more like into the movies, video games, even the cartoon shows, like the animated series, like Ultimate Spider-Man, the '90s Spider-Man, all that stuff. Something that's just on the screen. But when it like Venom, like I don't know. Well, I know Venom. I know. I think Venom is a more of an iconic character. I think people would know the origin of Venom, like not everything about Venom, but just the bare basics of Venom. But when I saw this
Right.
movie, I really enjoyed it. I actually I had a good time watching it. I mean, it has its dumb moments. I mean, I excuse a lot of movies with dumb moments too. So with a lot. Come on, the Venom with Venom calling Eddie a pussy just out of nowhere, and I was just cracking up. Um,
Pussy.
pussy. What else? The effect looks good. I mean, I like the goobly gobbly of effect of the actual symbiote. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Whatever, they smoking.
Yeah, like it's like wait, like do you want to go like do we have to put you back to school or whatever? Like do we teach you?
Come on,
do you have to
Ung.
how to-
Marvel school.
Come on, Ung,
Like,
you're
do
the
we-
Avatar.
Don't get me started on the Ung thing. I was 10. Even I was 10 years old when that movie came out. When I saw that in the theater, I was like, wait, his name is Ung. His name is Aang. I mean, his name is Aang. Like it's not you. It's AANG, not UUNG. Whatever.
Uncle Euro. Anyway.
Uncle. Oh God.
God.
Uncle Euro. But
So good.
there's some. But. Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the effect looks good. Some of the humor, it's very it's juvenile humor. To put it that way. But some of it that did make me laugh. It's not very. I don't think it's childish. I don't think I like some of the action here and there. The big CG fight between him and Riot was okay. That's very
Oh no.
I mean, I can kind of excuse that because there's a bunch of goobly gobs moving around, so it kind of makes sense. But
yeah,
that
just a bunch
stuff,
of goobly gob. You don't want to watch a bunch of goobly gob on screen, like.
but I mean, it's a big bunch of goobly monsters just beating each other up. So of course you're not gonna see what's going on. I mean, also yeah, Venom is black. That's what I say out of context. But Venom is a black goo, and Riot is a gray, fighting during the night. That's not gonna. That does a disservice though if you're just trying to do a big CG fight with nothing going on. But yeah, I mean, as a movie, it's fun. I mean, I like the movie. I didn't think it's fantastic. Like, oh my god, this is the greatest comic book movie I've ever seen. Like, people say that about the Flash.
I mean, you might want. I mean, hey, I mean, Sony should have gotten Tom Cruise in there to be like, "Oh my God, this is the best. This is the greatest CBS movie I've ever seen.
Oh,
this is
oh,
better
and
than."
don't. Oh yeah, later on. Don't. If any of y'all seen, we'll get back to the like. If any of y'all seen some of the Madam Web featurettes, they're freaking hilarious. I'm gonna read you some of the quotes that's been said about this movie. We'll get to that later on. I'm just saying that they're.
Oh God,
I watched them on YouTube. They crack me up just how they're describing this movie. But anyways, so far as some of the in terms of the Sonyverse movies, I mean, this is obviously the best. It's entertaining. It's just that's just what it is. It's entertaining. I like it. I watch this every so now and then, like when it comes on TV or whatever. Yeah, I like it. It's just like the true version of Venom. Like no. It's like there is no such thing as a true version of a character in my opinion. That's just
Right.
my hot take.
Oh
But
damn.
Well, I mean, true versions of characters usually come if there's like 100% comic accuracy how the characters act. Like, for example, if they act literally how they act in the comics, then that was debatable as between in certain phantoms the true definition of some of these characters. I mean, look at DC. There's a lot of debate with that, with like on which character has the most like definition of a character when it comes to accuracy.
right. So yeah, this is like the true version of like I said, there's no such thing to me, but it's as a movie based with this particular character, it's fun. It's fine. It's a fun movie. I watched it every so now and then. I heard people say when this movie first came out, I heard the comparisons to Catwoman. That's insulting. To be honest with you. I would watch this movie 5 more times than Catwoman. That movie
Yeah,
was
it's
just
not
a
Catwoman bad. It's not Catwoman.
no. That movie was just a chop filled blender. It's edited by a freaking blender, directed by a guy with the most obscure name possible, Pitoff. That was I don't know. Don't get me started.
That was his name?
Just look it up. Just look it up. I'm not gonna get into
All
it.
right, yeah. I'll look it up later tonight. But, oh my god.
But yeah, just it's not good. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's fun. That's just how I think.
Sure. I guess it the most I can give it, it's surface level entertainment, because there are some entertaining moments. I will say that the set pieces before Venom comes in is actually pretty well choreographed. Specifically the chase with the motorcycle
That was dope.
in San Francisco, that was actually a very well done scene. It's probably it is probably the best action sequence in the whole movie. But there are some moments when Venom takes over Eddie's body and he's using his arms to like make his, to take out people and stuff like that, and extending his arm, or like whenever Eddie gets brutally injured, Venom fixes his limbs. So that was kind of cool. Venom. I'm trying. I'm literally trying, man. I'm trying to figure out.
I know.
Something I really like.
I know. Trust me. There aren't a lot of moments we see of Venom in this movie. So
There's not. I mean, he has 2 action scenes in this. That's it. The one scene where he's taking out the SWAT team at that building, and the fight with Riot. That was it.
yeah.
The fight with Riot was okay until it started going into gloopity gloppity land. I'm like, what the heck am I looking at?
The part when they kind of combined each other and stuff. That
That
was
was-
a little. It kind of threw me off when I first saw it. It was like, okay, it kind of just halted when it's just mostly Venom like merging with Riot inside, and it's just it got a little strange, but it picked back up when they just separated and they started fighting again.
Yeah. I thought, as far as Riot, like for the little moments that we saw him, like I like that his ability that he's able to actually make like, weapons and some of that spikes and
that was pretty
giant
cool. Yeah.
axes. Yeah, that was cool. Like I think in a better movie, this would have been very interesting to explore the different kinds of symbiotes out there, which they're probably trying to do with these movies, but it's it just feels, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel that exciting. Like this should it should be exciting. Like even though I have major issues that Spider-Man's not involved, the different types of symbiotes, that's actually really cool. Like each of them have their unique designs and some unique powers and stuff like that. So that stuff should be interesting to explore, but they don't really explore that. And so I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that silver symbiote is cool. Okay. Oh, is he the alpha? He's the alpha symbiote or something. I guess. Like Venom's the loser symbiote.
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit like, whoa, what?
He's like, oh
I'm
my
also
world,
kind of a loser as well.
I am a loser. Like, what the hell? In what universe would Venom be the loser? Like, I don't no. They're trying too hard to make him relatable and like just no. It's just I know, Venom can have his witty moments. Like he's not just the big and scary. Sometimes he does have funny stuff to say. So I don't have a problem with him saying stuff like pussy or messing with Eddie a little bit. But just like they somehow made Venom a dork in this. I'm like, what? The scary, intimidating nature of Venom is like they're kind of killing it in this movie. Like, and one of the biggest issues with this film, I think this movie needed to be rated R. It needed to be rated R. Like, there were times where it's like, I tried to give movies the benefit of the doubt. Like, you don't need some comic book movies. Like when people say this has to be rated R, this has to be rated R. No, if it fits the character, then make it rated R. But if the character, it depends how violent the character is. So it's like I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt with it being PG-13. I saw that being a red flag, but I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just see what happens. And here's my biggest issue with that. Venom eats people, beheads them.
Yeah.
And you're making it PG-13. No, like we're seeing him bite people's heads off on screen, and there's no blood at all, or they cut away from it. Like, why is this big, scary, oily monster a good guy when he eats people? He needs to eat people in order to survive.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. This would have been a little better. I don't really think ratings really matter if it's suitable, at least for like some characters and stuff like that. I think if you can work with it, I'll be fine. But I will say that this movie would have been a little better if it's rated R, because we have seen some PG-13 films that have some really gnarly stuff, like a lot of blood splatter. Right. But most of them have to kind of do some magic tricks, whatever, just to get through the MPAA, so they won't have to make this movie a rated R. But the whole him biting that one dude's head off, that one was kind of, I mean, you can see it, but you can see it happening, but there's no blood on it, so that's like, okay, that didn't make any sense. You can tell when Riot put on, like, had his hand formed as an axe when he destroyed the entire computer lab. You can tell that would have been like blood all over the place.
Exactly.
There's no like it's almost like he just like whoosh, like he just blew them off the way, like air just blew them off. Like there's no way anybody would have got sliced. It's almost like air. It's almost like that axe has just air power, just like he's airbender.
Yeah, exactly. Like when this movie is still having brutal, violent scenes, and it's clear that blood is supposed to be there, but it's not. It feels like they're deliberately cutting out the brutal violence. But it's like you can't do that when Riot is slicing people up and Venom is biting people's heads off. Like, dude, this should have been rated R. This should have been rated R. If you're going to be that violent, you need to go all the way with it.
And there's
Like-
really no, and there's no like I still like this movie, but there's no really excuse to not make this rated R if that was the plan, because this came out 2 years after Deadpool. This came out 2
Exactly.
years
Right.
after Deadpool. It was like at that little time where comic book movies were getting a little bit experimental. We got Deadpool, there was Logan. Well, mostly the Fox movies were getting a little experimental before they got purchased, which pissed me off. But we had Venom, and then you got this Venom, which at first, we heard, like I said, it was gonna be like an alien type horror film, which okay would have worked. And if you're gonna go with the goofy route, I mean, you just go all out bonkers with it. I mean, I feel like it would have made the money that it. I mean, I guarantee you, Venom would have made the money that it had. I mean, it would have. I would say it will still make 800 million worldwide, because if it was rated R, because it's still Venom. Venom is still an iconic character. That name is still gonna get people butts and seats. It's Venom,
Right.
Even though it's not Spider-Man, people know who Venom is, so that's why it was a hit.
And now you're telling me, out of all these stupid Sonyverse movies to come out, the one movie that they decided, you know what, we're gonna experiment with the R rating, is Kraven the Hunter. That's the movie you want to make rated R.
And by the way,
Maybe it
Craven 2.
makes sense.
Oh, sorry.
But it didn't make sense for Venom or Let There Be Carnage. But anyway,
Right.
or
Go ahead,
Morbius.
Darkness.
Oh, all right. Well,
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say that, like, okay, you're gonna make Craven rated R. I can see why they're gonna make Craven rated R after seeing what the trailers are, but that's not how Craven is. Craven. We don't see Craven being a fucking cannibal. Like, okay, I get it, he's a hunter, but like on people, like, what? That's not Craven. And you're gonna do it with Craven, and people are already gonna be like, hold on, that's not Craven. And then when the movie comes out and it's R-rated, sure, it's gonna be violent, but people are still gonna complain like, that's not Craven. Craven does not fucking eat people, or is not a cannibal, or doesn't eat shit like people. Like an animal probably, but people, come on.
That's just the way you said Craven eats shit. I'm like, oh my god, are we gonna
Oh, I didn't eat shit. I meant just people. I meant to say people.
I know what you meant, but like it just kind of have a picture in my head. I was like, am I gonna be in the theater when Craven eats shit? I'm like, R-rated. That doesn't mean you're gonna go that far. This ain't The Boys.
Oh God. Oh.
Dang, what else is there to even talk about? I mean,
Oh yeah. Well, here's one thing you could mention. That 6-month gap of Riot trying to get where he needs to go, and then
Oh,
my
he's
freaking
going
god!
to people, and then he stops, and then 6 months later, he resumes without any explanation why he stopped, why he paused, or what took him so long to get where he needed to go.
That was so stupid.
Oh.
It took you 6 months to get to San Francisco. Are you got to be kidding me?
Yeah, no explanation, no like, oh, I had to take care of it. None of that, just quiet for 6 months and then you make your move again. Like, what?
And so out of all the people you took over, Riz Ahmed was the best choice. For 6 months, you've been going from person to person, and none of them were compatible. None of them? All right. Sure. That was so dumb. That was like Fan Stick type skip level dumb. Like, this movie's so great, guys. This movie's great.
that's even. I feel like Sony doesn't know how time works, because you remember back at Homecoming how they did the whole 6.5 years, whatever that took place after Avengers 1. I was like, I don't even care about timelines like that, but like, was it 8.5 years? That just messed the whole timeline up. I don't even care about stuff like that. That's just kind of weird.
So stupid.
Yeah.
The she Venom.
Oh yeah, She-Venom.
Oh look, that's a thing from the comics.
Yep, there was She-Venom, and oh boy.
That part was just a little
Disturbing.
weird.
I didn't know what to think of it, to be honest. I was
I-
just like, okay.
My Blue Jay sense were tingling because I guess I sense a lot of deviant arts people are coming around.
I'm
when I
sure.
first saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene.
I'm sure they did that freaking She Venom makeout thing. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? What? I just can't with this, man. I can't. As I said, the Michelle Williams character, even forgot her name. Was it Kate? I don't.
Anne.
Know. Anne. Okay, yeah. I just don't care. Like, Eddie Brock has this, this news report thing, like his independent news report thing, and he was trying to do coverage on Riz Ahmed, and he's trying to unfile this conspiracy against him, and he hacks Anne's computer to get information, and he tries to get the coverage without, and he claims he has no evidence of it when he's speaking to his boss, but like, you clearly had evidence because you hacked your girlfriend's computer to get information, and that's how she got fired. So, like, Eddie's freaking dumb in this movie. Freaking dumb.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, that's live action Sony Marvel writing for you.
It sure is. And then the boyfriend, who is the doctor, and it's like,
What a coincidence.
oh yeah, how convenient.
What a coincidence when Eddie needs help.
Yeah, she conveniently has a doctor boyfriend to give him an MRI and figure out what's going on with them. And okay.
Oh,
All
also, another thing. I don't know if you're gonna get to this part, but you remember when Eddie was kind of like spazzing or whatever, and just how all that looked, like just with the whole shifting between him and Venom.
Yeah.
That did not look that good to me. That really didn't. It just didn't.
It looked kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they could have done a little better with that. To be honest, like, okay, I know I've been comparing this a lot, but with, oh my god, now I forgot how it was in Spider-Man 3 because it's been a long time since I rewatched that film. But in Insomniac's Spider-Man 2, when Peter's kind of spazzing a bit when something's going on, like a loud ringing noise or anything, that was way better done. Much better than what Sony did with Eddie and Venom spazzing out with loud noises. That was done much better. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I mean, I get, fair enough. Like, the loud noises thing, I thought, well, yeah. Now thinking about it, they could have done better with that, because like, it didn't look as great. I mean, it looked like he was I don't know how to describe how they did the screeching thing. It was like, it was so weird. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know Venom liked tater tots so much.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tots and chocolate.
So hold on. Wait a minute. So which one is it? Does he have to eat dead people? Does he have to eat people, or does he eat tater tots and chocolate?
Maybe
Like,
both. Maybe both.
So my understanding is that he needs to eat tater tots and chocolate instead of humans. Because if he don't, because he gets too hungry. If he doesn't eat anything, he has to go and eat people. Or it is a little confusing. I'll give you that.
Get a lifetime supply of chocolate and tater tots then. Shit. That
Yeah.
will solve most of your problems there. But okay, yeah, it's weird. He likes tater tots and chocolate. Great. And then it was, I think we already talked about him going to the fish tank and eating the lobsters and
Oh yeah.
and eating the garbage. I'm like, oh, this is disgusting. This is so disgusting. Why am I watching this?
It's supposed to be disgusting because I was just watching it or something like, wow, this is just okay, this is a scene. Okay, I mean,
This is a scene.
Yeah,
This is
it's there.
just
Fun. I don't know. I just, man. Did you know Tom Hardy improv that fish tank scene too? He wanted to do that.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like, what the?
That scene was. I got a kick out of that.
Well, I'm glad you did.
You sound so disappointed. Like, I'm glad you did. You son.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in you, and I'm disappointed in all you motherfuckers who gave this movie $800 million. Thank you.
Well, you went to see it too, so you're part of.
I didn't see it as much as y'all. You guys saw this multiple times in order for it to get $800 million. I did not see this multiple times. But anyway,
you saw it more than once, so you saw it like a couple days ago. So there you go. I mean,
I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, I mean,
well, no, I didn't. Well, actually, no, I did. Well, I had a free gift card at the time, so I had it for free. So I didn't really pay for it. So I mean, I don't know where you're going with this. I don't know why you're trying to hop in on my case about. I'm fucking with you.
Regardless,
Yeah.
I hope you're happy with the Let There Be Carnage that we got, because that's why we have it. And the rest of this Sonyverse, that's complete and utter trash.
Yeah.
One other thing. I guess I'll say Tom Hardy did a good job voicing Venom as well. I guess. I didn't know that was him. So
I didn't even know that was him too, actually, until I got out from watching the movie. I like, oh, that was Tom Hardy too. Interesting.
Yes. Now, there are certain moments where he sounds like a Dark Patrick from SpongeBob, but other or we cannot eat people. I'm like, no. Like, be a little bit more. Like when he's sounding more raspy, that's when it really works. But then there's other times where he just sounds so stuffy like this. I'm like, no, you're about to be Jim Carrey Grinch over here. Like, nah, bruh. Concentrate.
You're destiny. You're mitigated.
But yeah.
Get the guy who voiced Venom in Spider-Man 2 to voice Venom in this movie. He would have done a lot better.
Oh yeah,
that's Tony Todd. Tony Todd voiced him.
Yeah, get Candyman to voice Venom. That would be great.
Bring him in. Fuck, man, what's so hard?
Yeah, just Tom Hardy wanted to do everything himself.
Probably. Might as well let him direct it too while you're at it.
Oh, speaking of that, I can't believe this is the same director who did the Zombieland movies.
Like, oh, really?
Oh yeah, he did Zombieland 1 and 2. He did 30 Minutes or Less. That one was Danny McBride.
Yep, and unfortunately, he also did Uninspired.
Uncharted.
I mean, uninteresting. I mean,
Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted.
I heard one time you called it unfarted.
Yes, unfarted. Man, like, I don't know what's up with what's his name? I'm about to pull it up.
Ruben Fleischer. That's his name.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Ruben Fleischer. I don't know what's up with him, man, because he did so good with the Zombieland movies, and then he's doing Venom 1 and Unfarted, and I'm just like, what is going on, man?
He took a downfall.
What's interesting? He's I think he's like a director for. Actually no. I think what was his next movie? I think he's
Uncharted.
No, his next movie after Uncharted. I'm trying to look that up.
Oh,
I think he works for Sony. A lot of his movies are from Sony. The one thing that's like other than that is from Sony is called Gangster Squad from Warner Brothers, and I haven't
oh
watched
no! Oh
Oh,
no! Oh
Oh, that
no!
movie's bad.
It's not good, bro.
I thought it sounded, I thought it was gonna be a cool freaking awesome movie because I like the title Gangster Squad. Like that sounds like an album. Like
Yeah, that sounded cool, didn't it? It sounds cool. And
It
then
sounds
you
like a
watch-
cool ass movie. I'm like, shoot. I was like, oh, it doesn't sound good. I mean, shoot. I don't know. Maybe I watch it. I might think this is pretty badass. I don't know.
I don't know. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen's a cool title too.
yeah.
Yeah. Automobile.
Man. But yeah, to be honest, yeah, Ruben was probably just a director for hire because he done a lot of Sony movies up to that point. So
Or he
I
was
don't
on something when he was doing Venom.
probably, or was it the script? I don't know, because Andy Serkis ends up doing Let There Be Carnage, and he's actually a decent director, and we saw what happened with that. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just I don't think anybody can really save these Sonyverse movies because, like, I just think the
No,
writing.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. After this R-rated Spider-Man film, allegedly, if it's R-rated or whatever we're gonna get, that's this big team-up film. After that, I really do see the Sonyverse like dying when it comes to live-action shit. That is.
Good because it needs to die. This needs to end. Like, I don't know how long they can go with this because they also try to do a Hypno Hustler and
Oh,
El Morato. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about that. Yeah.
Trust me, when I first heard of about that news, the Hypno Hustler movie, I was like, Giant Hunt from Guardians 1. I was like, who? I was like, wait, who the hell is Hypno Hustler? And he's played by Donald Glover, who I love. I mean, I was like, wait a minute, isn't he
he's Prowler.
Prowler in Homecoming and in a little cameo he did in Spider-Verse? I'm like,
That's the biggest problem too. They can't even stick with their own continuity. Like you already have an actor playing a character in your Spider-Man movies, and now you use the same actor to. Like what is going?
Yeah, he's having a brain aneurysm.
Yeah,
they do the same thing with Engine 4,
dude. It's a mess.
So far. I mean, there's Madam Web is not the one I'm that thrilled to watch, but I'll still see it. I mean, I'm kind of curious. I'm just kind of curious because we got one.
Speaking of Madam Web, did you hear recently that Madam Web allegedly isn't even going to take place in what the Sony universe is building up to?
I heard some stuff about like apparently at first they were going to be Andrew Garfield, but they switched it to Tom Holland, and
I've been hearing about that too. And, oh God.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I think you know what? I also kind of nervous about Craven. You know why? Because remember it's supposed to come out last year. Then they push it a year in advance. I think they're gonna fuck with that movie up too. They're gonna put some stinger. They're gonna put some stinger at the end, like whatever's tying with the MCU. I think they're gonna do something like that with Morbius.
No! Hey! I'll tell you right now. How much you want to bet that in the end of Craven, we're gonna get a post-credit scene. Vulture and Morbius show up. They're like, "Hey, you want to help me take down Spider-Man?" How much you want to bet we're going to get that?
I swear to God, if that happens, oh my God.
Or we don't get that, but he knows about it, and he's like, I better start finding all these other guys that have powers, and that leads into what I was talking about earlier with this. If Sony does do that shit, which I could see them doing, that whole R-rated Spider-Man villain team up film.
At this point, here's my perspective. Okay, I mean, we'll get to my perspective. Well, actually, no. Is there anything to talk about? I'll say this after the ratings and stuff like that.
Well, we forgot one more thing to talk about. The stupid mid-credit scene. with Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be carnage.
Freaking Eddie goes to his prison to get some sort of scoop from him, whatever, and freaking Cletus is painting welcome Eddie.
Yeah.
blood
Like, I'm like, oh god, what's he doing?
Like, okay, we get it. He's a serial killer. Oh my god, he's wearing the stupidest red wig I have ever freaking seen. Like, this is that bullshit. What is this? What the hell is that?
That is like
I didn't hate that, to be honest with you.
Ronald
I
McDonald.
didn't really hate it that much, but yeah, it was definitely like
Loving
on the
it.
nose.
let's fuck him.
I
Let's
love
beat
Woody
his
Harrelson.
ass.
Oh my god, I love Woody Harrelson so much. But like, why are
He's
you
a great
doing
actor. Great actor.
He is a great actor. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? And then you said it earlier, that stupid telegraphed line. When I get out of here, there's gonna be carnage.
That's 2 on the nose right there.
That is such a telegraph part. I was waiting for them to clap. They were like, nobody clapped.
Nobody clapped.
Nobody clapped. They were like, one dude was like, oh shit. That's
Like, okay, man.
I'm gonna be honest about something. I didn't see the post-credit scene until it released like digitally
Online?
Yeah, that's when I found out about it. I'm like, oh, there's a post-credit scene.
Oh my god.
So I didn't even know there was gonna be a post-credit scene. No one like when I went in to watch Venom, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the movie. I didn't hear shit about there being like, oh hey, there's a post-credit scene or shit like that. I didn't hear shit about that. So I was like, wait, there was a post-credit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Also, technically there were 2 because you got the Carnage stuff, and for some reason they just crammed in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Yeah.
How like meanwhile in another universe, I was like, dude, I was like, were you trying to at first, I wasn't thinking like they were gonna connect them, which is stupid. I think this is just promotional material for a movie that's better like 2 months later after that movie.
Really weird though, really weird.
It was weird, but I do have a feeling it's just promotional material just to get people to go see that movie. And made history, so
right.
Yeah. But yeah, just that post-credit scene did not get me excited for Carnage at all. Like, I didn't even know what that was. That was so goofy. That was so telegraphed. It was just so freaking ridiculous. Like, I don't know what people were expecting. Did they really? I don't know what they were expecting with Let There Be Carnage after that. Did they really look at that credit scene and was like, oh shit, here comes Carnage. It's going to be freaking awesome. Did people really think that?
I would like to go back and watch some of these those audience reaction videos when they record the audios from the reactions of the movie and stuff in the theater. I wonder I've seen some, but I don't think I haven't seen one reacting to that post-credit scene. I'm sure there's out there. Like I think
I'm sure it's out there.
There's one in like there's one in like India, because India has the biggest reaction some of the stuff, and there's gonna be carnage.
Yeah, that's how they are, man. When it comes to post credits, they're like, oh shit,
man. The mid-credit scene in the end credit scene in Green Lantern was better than this,
which we never will get to see.
Yep, we'll never get to see.
God damn it! But at least we're getting Green Lanterns in the new DCU. So
yep, praise Gunn.
Praise Gunn.
James Gunn. Don't say Gunn.
Sorry, praise James.
That's in short, is it not? That's the shorter term for it. James Gunn is a much longer term, and plus, you don't want to say James Gunn because you know you're gonna get certain people riled up. Oh, don't say that name! Don't say that name!
Why did you say that name?
What's the name? Save DC.
Gunverse.
Yep. Gunverse, baby.
Miss Chen was Miss Chen.
What's up?
Do you remember the
Oh,
old
the
lady? in
Oh,
the
store
store?
lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is why this movie fails so hard with its comedy. Like, Lily, they are setting her up to say something funny. Like, her timing is actually not bad in this, but the lines they give her to say is not funny. Like, how do you feel so hard with the comedy? It's Lily gift wrap for you to say something funny if they don't. So dumb.
Yep. Oh, you want to know something else dumb? I'll tell you this right now. Do you remember not only did it take Riot for some reason so long to get to where he needed to go for 6 months, but also during that 6-month gap, they're fine. They're starting to begin the symbiote transformation and merging. Now they're starting.
Right.
Now they're starting. They waited. Now they're doing it. And now, now it's doing it. Let's now do it on humans. What?
Right. What? Like, oh my gosh. And then you took even less time to get a rocket ship ready. A rocket ship?
Yeah.
What? This movie makes no freaking sense.
Oh, there are so that's the Sony verse for you. Yeah, and it's only gonna get worse. And once we get that team up, whether it's that R-rated Spider-Man film and it's all the anti-heroes teaming up with him to take down Vulture and Morbius, or maybe other villains that those two recruit, or if it's just the two of them, or it's a Sinister Six movie. I don't know what they're gonna do, but either way, it's
Or maybe Madam Web can break the mold.
oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
Or and somehow Madam Web gets involved in the film, and she talks to Spider-Man and is like, "Oh hey, you got to take care of them," and then we only get one scene with her, and then that's it. That's what the Madam Web film was building up to, just one scene, and that's it with her character. Bye forever.
So we get one scene of Dakota Johnson in like the red visor glasses and the chair, and it just comes through a portal, be like, dude, man, I can't do this. I can't. Or the other version of Madam Web that I don't know as much about, but like it's whatever. One other question with Riot using that rocket ship that they have to go back to his home planet and bring more symbiotes. That's his plan, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you know how to land that rocket ship on your planet?
My guess, it might land the same one like it did, like the spaceship crash in the first scene.
Yeah, it's like because you crash landed on Earth, and you're light years away, I assume, or at least I think you're another galaxy. How do you know that rocket ship can survive through other galaxies and come back?
I don't know. I mean, that wasn't really explained. Maybe he just knew, and they just didn't want to reveal it, as that would be just a little too much to just kind of reveal, like, oh, I know how to land it because of, and they just kind of like let you assume that, maybe he's not dumb and he does know how to land it. But either way, I mean, they don't really reveal it, so it's like, who knows?
Okay. I think that's all I have. I'm about to close this shit out.
All right.
Overall, this is not good, man. This is not good. This was a struggle to get through. Y'all should ask for better when it comes to Venom. I can't believe a majority of you think this is the best we can get. I understand.
I didn't say it's the best we could get.
Yeah, no, this ain't the best, Chief.
It's this is this is almost the equivalent of you guys accepting the mediocrity of these X-Men films. Like, you know they could be better than this, but we're just gonna take what we can get. We're gonna take what we can get. And I said this before, you let them get away with this bullshit, they're gonna keep giving you bullshit, and that's exactly what they're doing. So
I mean, hey, there's different stuff out there. Just look at different things, man. Well, I don't really give much of a crap about X-Men, the movies, except for Wolverine and Deadpool. So I don't really, not that big of a fan of the X-Men movies, but I like, you know.
great, you're part of the problem. Anyway,
Excuse me? Excuse me? You wanna go down? I'm kidding.
I'll say my rants when I eventually talk about the X-Men films. But
let's talk about Orange's Wolverine.
one crap movie at a time. But yeah, I thought this movie was boring. I thought it was dull. You don't get enough Venom in the Venom movie. You don't get Venom till like an hour in, and he only has 2 action scenes. Oh, but he's visually accurate. Great. Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock sucks. I don't like him. He's not likable. He's a chump. He's a loser. He's a bum. I know it's intentional, but I still don't like him as a character. Everything that's bad that's happened to him that's not the symbiotes, it's all his fault. He did it to himself. He ruined his relationship with his girlfriend. He got himself fired from his job. So no, I shouldn't even like this character because Venom and Eddie Brock are villains. They are villains.
Well, in the Sonyverse, it says otherwise. It says that they're pretty much going to be good guys.
See, and they're doing the stupid Disney live-action remake garbage of making these villains anti-heroes when they shouldn't be in the first place. And if you're going to make him compelling, it's not even anywhere near as good as how they do it in Spectacular Spider-Man or even the Ultimate Comics. Not even close. And I know people are about to tell me, oh, there's standalone Venom stories in the comics. Yes, you're absolutely right. But these movies don't even come close to the inspiration and quality of those comics. They are doing bullshit and selling it to you on the big screen. They're not even trying to have any compelling storytelling in this movie. It is surface level entertainment. And if that's what you want, you just want surface level entertainment, you just want to see Venom kick a bunch of people's asses and bite people's heads off, that's all you want from these movies, then sure, it's an entertaining timing. Why not? So, but for me, no, you should have waited to use him in a Spider-Man film. You should have done his origin properly. But no, you're ruining Venom.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
From there.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I really do feel like when we get Venom, when we get the symbiote attaching on to Spider-Man in the MCU, sure, it's gonna cause some problems, but at the same time, he's probably gonna get redeemed because the MCU is probably gonna treat him a lot better when we get introduced to him, better than Sony did. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Absolutely. So I'm giving Venom a D+. And you're lucky I'm giving it that. You're lucky I'm giving it that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Your grade and overall thoughts, Darkness.
All right. So I usually do this out of 5, because out of 10 for movies is kind of a little difficult for me. You do out of 10 sometimes for shows. So if it's a full show review or full season review, I'll do out of 10. So I'll do an out of 5 review when it comes to movies. So I would give this a 2 out of 5, meaning it was all right. Maybe. Yeah, I'd probably go with that, sure.
Okay.
It's not the best, and it's not pitch perfect, it's not good, and it's definitely not a masterpiece, my god.
No. Blue Jay.
Well, after witnessing all the rage and the inferno that you have, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but well, it's a fun movie. That's all. I mean, I'll just say this: if you watch it from a non-biased, very overly passionate comic book mindset, you'll find it enjoyable. I'm not saying it's a dig on you. I'm just saying, I'm just in general. I've seen just people. If you see, yeah, I see just people on Twitter just say the most ridiculous things that just knows
Oh, yep. Tell me
everything about.
it.
Yeah, I just knows everything about comic books all of a sudden. Like, oh, everyone knows about this one character that nobody knows, but
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, look. I like Venom, just Venom. I just like who he is. He just looks cool as somebody that likes the character, that's seen some of the cartoons, some of the video games and animated stuff. I mean, this is just it's a fun movie. It's entertaining. It's nothing more than entertaining, and just really, if I have to really give it a grade, DL's gonna hate me for this. I'll give it a
No,
7.
say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
I
You
give
said
it a
what?
7. A
You gave it a
7.
7? All right.
Well, all right.
Well, in terms of the Sony, in terms of Sony, look, Sony is goofy. We all know that. But of all the bad stuff, I mean, we would never have Sony owning Spider-Man. If we would never have Spider-Verse if it wasn't for Sony owning Spider-Man. Those are the good things that we got.
Yeah.
At least we got the 2 movies that we got. The 2 movies and Beyond Spider-Verse coming out, and look,
After
I mean,
Beyond, I'm just gonna say right now, after Beyond, because here's the thing, I've been seeing a lot of rumors going around lately. I don't know if they're 100%. I take them with a grain of salt. Just coming from me, I'm hearing from these. You know how rumors are, and you know how scoops are. Take it with a grain of salt. So there's been a rumor going around, and there's been kind of people saying that that eventually Marvel could take back the rights of Spider-Man and take it away from Sony back to Spider-Man. And I feel like if that is the case, we're probably gonna see that once Beyond the Spider-Verse is not just out in theaters, after it's out in theaters and after it comes out on digital. I definitely see that being the case. But I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. Sony, you're right. Sony is not the best of studios. They're kind of like the laughing stock. Well, yeah, they kind of are. It kind of are. I mean, all studios are just kind of goofy. I mean, Warner Bros. Has his fair share of stupidity.
Yeah. And they're trying to kind of repair themselves right now. Sony, they're not even trying to repair themselves. They've accepted their fate, but they've accepted the butcher knife in their hearts.
I think in terms of Sony doing Spider-Man, I mean, I would just say, so far, I would just give Marvel the keys and Sony Animation the Spider-Man keys. Just those two pretty much nails how to make a Spider-Man movie.
That could work.
So, I mean, you might as well just get Sony Animation the keys to that and make those Spider-Verse the main ones. I mean, people love them. They're making the money. Across Spider-Verse pretty much is the most money than most of the 2 of the 3 of the Spider-Verse Sony-verse movies. So I mean, they're making the money. I don't know, and it's ridiculous. Yep,
we just gotta wait and see. We'll see if Sony burns themselves to the ground or not, or if they continue to by the time we get to the team up film.
Better yet, the most highly anticipated comic book movie of all time that will win a bunch of awards, Madam Web.
Oh God.
For some reason, I'm excited just to see how the results of the movie than the movie itself. That's kind of sad.
150 million opening weekend.
Yep. Then after that, we get in Craven, and then oh boy,
250 opening weekend.
yeah. And who knows? They're probably gonna add in a bunch of other shit, a bunch of other Sony Spider-Man villains, and they're all just gonna be like just about them being anti-heroes, and then then the rest of them just being good guys, and like, what's this going on over here?
I have a. Do you want to hear the quotes from the featurette?
Oh God, what are they?
Okay. Y'all get a kick out of this. So I've seen there are 3 featurettes of this thing that been floating on YouTube, and then some of them were just kind of funny. Just how mostly Dakota Johnson, and God bless her soul. I mean, I love Dakota Johnson. It's just I can pretty much see in her voice and her eyes that she just don't really care about this thing. I don't blame her, and even also the actress, the girls that play like the other Spider Women. I don't blame them, but from Dakota Johnson, Madam, it's like I'll say in the most deadpan voice, Madam Web is the truly dynamic character, a character that is blind and paralyzed. What are you talking about? This film, second quote, this film is different in its story because it's really grounded in reality. Says a person with spider powers. There's 3 more.
About the blind and paralyzed though, we just watched the show where somebody was deaf and an amputee. So like don't underestimate the disabled.
I'm sorry. I said I apologize. That comes out wrong. I apologize. It just kind of it clicked. It didn't register. Just the way she delivered that, and just like kind of about Madam. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't want to just
Canceled.
Yeah.
But wait, I'm sorry. Madam Web is a grounded story.
It's just Sony just Sony's trying to really convince people this is going to be pretty good. The last 3 ones are just ridiculous.
Oh God.
And this is from Isabella Merced. I love Isabella Merced.
Yeah,
I love her.
I'm willing to get. I like her being cast as Hot Girl in the DCU.
Look, I love her. It's just, God bless her. I feel bad for her for saying this movie. It's a suspense. It's a suspenseful thriller, different from anything you've ever seen in a superhero movie. The Batman exists.
You serious?
I'm trying. 2 more.
Oh God.
Madam Web is unlike any other Marvel.
Oh my. Let's see. We have Infinity War. We have No Way Home. We have Winter Soldier, Civil War, Daredevil, Punisher.
The last one. Then this is from the I forgot the girl that the black girl. I forgot that plays the other one. She's pretty cool too. It's pretty much repeating the same thing from the third quote. It's refreshing to see a superhero movie that's really different. Okay, I'm turning this off. This is
Stop it. Get some help.
You're talking. I'm going to hold this. I'm holding these quotes until the movie comes out. Okay. so I might want to do an edit and kind of plaster these quotes onto the screen. If I hear like people like these fake critic quotes when the movie comes out, like 2 thumbs up or 4 out of 4.5 stars, or
It's the best Marvel film of the year. Bitch, it's the only
Yeah.
Marvel film that came out this year.
Well, actually,
I said before Deadpool.
Oh, before Deadpool.
Yeah, so when they say it's the
Before
best
Deadpool.
Marvel film of the year, bitch, it's the only Marvel film that come out this year.
Yeah, you have this. You have Deadpool 3. You
So
also
that's
have
gonna
Kraven and
dominate
Venom
Madam
3.
Web. That's gonna dominate, dude. Let's face that fact.
I'll be surprised if, well, Madam Web is tracking to make 25 million on its 5-day weekend.
Oh my god.
That's money, and and it also costs like 80 million. Looks like $80,000 to me. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I'll be out. Who know? Or who knows? Maybe in like the week when it comes out, I'll be on DL's YouTube channel, and I'll tell you all that this is an underrated show.
Yeah, no. Okay, Crazy Joe. I figured you'd be here. Look at you cheerleading for this trash. But hey, yeah,
I
well,
want Crazy
we'll be
Joe
there.
to come on. I want to come onto the stream when the Battle Web comes out.
Oh, I'm sure Crazy Joe and Little Movie Purpose gonna come up in there and be like, "It's a great movie. It was a great movie, man. So good."
I want Twitter. I'll say one more thing. I want Twitter to say like whenever you see like this movie greater than this movie, because I saw like I just hit the mic. I just saw like I saw the random post on the Flash, like when the Flash, like the Flash is greater than Revenge of the Fallen of Transformers 2 greater than the Flash. That's a weird movie pick.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam Web, it's one of the movies of all time.
One of the movies of all time. If someone says Madam Web greater than Spider-Verse, I'm gonna flip my chair. We'll see. Maybe DL said this is the greatest thing of all time. I believe the hype.
No. What hype? What hype? Nobody even knows this movie's coming out.
I
Yeah,
know, right? My mom don't even know this movie was coming out, and she likes Marvel movies.
Nah, man.
One trailer.
God.
But anyway, that is our thoughts and rant on Venom and the rest of this stupid Sonyverse so far.
Get ready for that Spider-Man team up, folks, with the Venom and Kraven as anti-heroes trying to take down Vulture and Morbius, with Madam Web having a one scene.
Okay, you're lucky I don't block you for this comment. Oh my freaking god. I can't believe this.
Oh my god.
I can't believe this. But anyway, tell us what you guys thought about Venom. Did you guys love it? Did you guys think it was okay? Or was this just another turd in the wind? Comment down below. A turd in the wind. Comment down below and let us know. So the next film we will be talking about is Venom: Let There Be Carnage. So tune in for that when it comes out. I'm not excited to watch that again. Or Morbius, but it is what it is.
Oh god, and Morbius. Oh.
If you guys enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell if you want to be notified of future videos I'll be doing. Don't forget to subscribe to Blue Jay's channel, Aqua Cinema. And yeah, that is all we have for you. Oh, Marvel fans, no, did you guys like that Venom song that Eminem did too?
Yes.
I didn't see that, no.
That was the end credit song.
The end credit. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to. I don't really remember it that much.
I'll say the song itself is fine. Just the chorus is terrible. Like Lily, that's all the chorus is.
I play that song during. I have like a Halloween playlist. I have that song in there.
That's
so-
on your Halloween playlist.
Yeah.
Shame.
It's a good song. I like that song. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, I think the song itself is fine. Like Eminem rap. he was there to rap,
Yeah.
but just that chorus is not good at all.
I mean, look at my subtext on the bottom. Not the devil did.
He certainly did. And it just goes downhill from here. That's all we have for you, Venom fans, and we will see you guys next time. Talk to you guys later. Give me potato shots and chocolate.